To become water, you must find its qualities within yourself. While earth is strong and air is fluid, water can be both strong and fluid. Over time, it's strong enough to carve this rock. Or if I use my cup to stop its flow, it can adapt. It's flexible, shapeless. You put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Be water, Nia. Master Wu to Nia. Hello, I'm Sensei the Dark Master, and in today's video, we shall cover the wonderful elemental power of water. We shall cover its long history, those people, creatures, and objects which have wielded this power, the ability it grants a user, and its weaknesses. Let us start with the history. Its history, alongside with wind, is distinct from all the other elemental powers in that it originates not from the first Spinjitzu master, or the Oni, or dragons, but from a primordial sea serpent named Wojira that ruled the ancient chaos of water that was the realm of Ninjago before the first Spinjitzu master came. The two battled, chaos versus order. The first Benjitsu master got help from the keepers and the Merlopians, but that was not even enough, and all hope seemed lost as Wojira defeated them. However, Naiad, a Merlopian warrior and the first elemental master of water, sacrificed herself and became one with the endless sea. Using this newfound power, she knocked out the two amulets that Wojiro used to control storm and surge, sending the beast into a deep sleep. And the amulets were given to each of the two races that helped the first Spinjitzu master for safekeeping, while the first Spinjitzu master went on to create Ninjago. Through some unknown method, Naiad passed on her power to a successor. Over 100 generations passed until the power was gained by Maya. She participated in the First Serpentine War, fighting alongside the others in the Elemental Alliance against the Serpentine, which were led by the ferocious Anacondri. After some initial defeats, Maya, alongside the other elemental masters, utilized the sacred flutes to put an end to the war. Using the mysterious power, they placed the Serpentine into various tombs to separate them, banished the Anacondride generals to the Cursed Realm for their war crimes, and banished the traitor Chen to his island alongside his apprentice. At some point around the same time, Maya met Ray and fell in love, with the two having the kids that would be known as Kai and Nia. After the Serpentine War, the two fought against the rogue elemental masters known as the Hands of Time, who had become delusional dictators due to the machinations of Master Chen. Despite defeating the pair, the two did escape into a time portal as the one known as Crux came back under the disguise of Dr. Saunders and was somehow able to force Maya and Ray into making armor for his Vermilion army, and the pair would thus disappear for a long time, leaving the children alone without parents. The elemental power of water was then dormant for some time, with Nia helping the ninja as Samurai X. However, when Moro began his ghostly machinations, Sensei Wu, remembering her heritage, decided to start training her to become the Ninja of Water. Though reluctant at first, Nia eventually embraced water and used it to drown the preeminent and defeat the ghost army after achieving her true potential. She would discover water's special ability to combine with electricity when fighting against Nauticon and the Sky Pirates, who were trying to force her to become their wife. Nia would go on to use her elemental power of water against the many, many foes who threaten the people of Ninjago, even reuniting with her mother when they came into conflict with the returning Hands of Time and their Vermilion army, defeating them, though losing Master Wu in the process. The elemental power of water would return in prominence when Nia temporarily lost control of her powers. Desperate, Master Wu called forth her mom, causing a bit of teenage angst, and eventually, upon investigating the cause, it was revealed that Prince Kalmar was trying to resurrect the serpent Wojira due to his desire to destroy the surface world. The ninja tried to deal with him, but failed every time. Kalmar would kill his father, he would get the storm amulet despite their best efforts, and in the end succeeded in his goals of resurrecting Wojira. Kalmar would then go to lead his army against a flooded Ninjago city. With nearly all hope lost, Nia made the ultimate sacrifice, and like a naiad before her, became one with the endless sea. With her power, she removed the water from the drowning Jay's lungs, saving him from death, and destroyed the storm amulet on Wojira's head, causing the sea serpent to be shocked to death and destroyed. Nia, after saying goodbye, went to the sea and left her grieving friends behind. Now that we're done with this rather sad history, let us cover the abilities it grants a user. The primary power granted upon a user is Hydrokinesis, also referred to as Aquakinesis. This allows one to manipulate and generate water, including underwater and inside other objects, such as a bottle of water. It has numerous subpowers that will be described as such. With water entrapment, a user can trap ghosts in water. With rain generation, the user can make it rain even in a severe drought. With water shield construction, the user can construct a shield of water to protect themselves. It is especially useful against ghosts because ghosts are weak to water, as what is liquid to us is solid to them. With water blasts, the user can release water over a specific target area, causing great damage or delivering a great shockwave of pure force. With hydrokinetic flight, a user can propel up into the air using water, though it takes a great deal of effort. Via water sphere generation, a user can generate a sphere of water in the air. Via the power of hydrokinesis, one is given a little bit of control of ice, though it takes a great deal of focus and is significantly limited. With underwater propulsion, the user is able to propel themselves underwater. Using water constructs, a user can shape water into tools, objects, and weapons, such as stairs/steps. Users can access aquatic life manipulation, allowing one to summon whales, fish, and other creatures for assistance, like when Nia called some whales to help tow the bounty back to Ninjago. When a user unlocks their true potential, they gain 3 additional new powerful abilities. With tidal wave generation, one can create a tidal wave by pushing or pulling a great amount of water. With water sprout generation, the user is able to be surrounded by water for offensive or defensive purposes. And with whirlpool generation, a user can generate a whirlpool which can be used to attack or trap enemies. In addition, the Masters of Water have several higher level powers, but it comes with a great price that we will talk about later. Via merging with the Endless Sea, To do so, a user must enter the sea, surrounding themselves and allowing themselves to open up to the full power of the endless sea. Firstly, their bodies are transformed into pure water. In addition, once merged, the user can create avatars made of water to embody their consciousness at will. The avatars can be destroyed, such as when Kalmar hit one with electrocution. However, the water can just create a new avatar, as they are essentially just the endless sea. With water shape-shifting, the user can transform slash reshape their water forms such as into a giant water dragon. The user can also change the size of their avatar. Finally, via flight, the user can fly even easier than before. Wojira was known for using the horrific attack known as the Fury of the Storm, with which a user can use both the endless sea and violent storms to create huge destructive storm surges. But what of the people who have wielded these powers? Who are they and what are their names? Firstly, there was the legendary Naiad, who was the first elemental master of water who fought against Wojira. She then passed the power down for over 100 generations before Maya got it. She was the mother of Nia and eventually passed it down to her, who would, like Naiad before her, become one with the Endless Sea to put a stop to Wojira once and for all this time. Several creatures have also wielded the mighty power of water. First, there was the evil Wojira, who was the first entity to wield the power to rule over the primordial ocean of what would become Ninjago. Then there were three elemental dragons that could also tap into the great power. Firstly, there was the elemental water dragon, which Nia could summon upon overcoming her fear in Skybound. Then there was the two combo dragons. Firstly, there was the Hydroelectric Dragon, which Nia could summon with the help of Jay, and combine the power of water and lightning as they were complementary to each other, and used it to great effect against the Sky Pirates. The last creature to wield water was the Fusion Dragon, which Nia and Kai could summon only using the help of the Dragon Blade, and combine the powers of water and fire to great effect. Only two objects in the world of Ninjago are known to have tapped into the power of water, that being the two amulets that Wojira wielded in her ancient rule, the Wave Amulet and the Storm Amulet, also known as the Amulet of Wave and the Amulet of Storm. The first guarded by Merlopians, and the second guarded by the Keepers on the island, differing only in the color of the gem, both having the emblem of the evil serpent. One of these has been confirmed to be destroyed. The elemental power of water is associated with the colors aqua and light blue, though maroon and gunmetal gray are known to be secondary colors. It's a bit inconsistent, sadly, compared to other elemental powers. Water has the symbol of a watery phoenix, representing the endless rebirth of the water cycle. For all this greatness, water does have a few weaknesses that I will discuss now. Firstly, conjuring water in a hot environments, such as a volcano, causes it to evaporate near instantaneously. Similarly, in very dry areas. Second, in very cold areas, water is turned to ice, making it utterly impossible for a user to control, except through only the greatest of concentrations, and only then to a very limited extent. Also, all the higher powers require one to sacrifice their individuality, becoming the ocean itself essentially, instead of themselves, and just becoming lost to their friends and families. Pretty dark if you ask me. Before we end this, let us take a quick look at the Ninjago movie Incarnation of Water. In general, water in the movie is a great deal weaker, kind of like the movie itself, with only the powers of hydrokinesis and water sphere generation coming over. The only distinct additions are that water walking is possible, which allows the user to walk on the surface of water, kind of like Jesus, though I guess not, and that water is apparently a part of creation, unlike the show. Overall, much like the movie, it is just a significant downgrade from the series. Overall, though, what can we learn from the elemental power of water? We learn that in order to succeed in life, you must be flexible and adaptable to change, but careful not to lose oneself in the fleeting currents of society. I am Sensei the Dark Master, and join me next time on The Lore of Ninjago. Have a wonderful day.